Hey, what's going on again, everybody? John here with Knight and Shining Armor Paint Correction, Ceramic Coatings, and Detailing. As you can see here, I'm in a little bit different setting today. Had to come back to Ohio, get one last final load. What a strange, awful move this has been. I mean, great being in Texas, of course, but moving sucks. But I digress. In this video, we're going to touch on don't do this. And there's a couple different things in this video that I can really touch on when I found out that this was going to be the subject for this week that really struck a nerve almost immediately. And the first thing I'm going to get to, I'm going to show several different things. And it all comes down to either using the right chemicals or make sure that you know what the heck you are doing. So the first thing I'm going to touch on is cleaning wheels. The big no-no that you don't want to do, and there's a couple. First of all, don't try to clean Hot Wheels. Do not spray any kind of wheel cleaner on Hot Wheels that have been driven around. You just got the vehicle in, you want to wash it first or whatever. Please do not spray, especially acid-based wheel cleaners on hot aluminum wheels. You will etch them and you can absolutely ruin them. I see it all the time. I see it a lot with a certain brand of chemical. I'm not going to get into this. I'm not here to bash any company at all. But I see it a lot with this one specific brand. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it's great. You know, I see it repeatedly with this one chemical. And I'm like, oh my God, haven't everybody learned that, you know, maybe it's being diluted wrong. Maybe that's a problem. Which is going to get to point number 2 of don't do this. Maybe it's diluted wrong, but I've seen it repeatedly with this one brand of chemical, wheels getting etched. Is it, you know, doing it on Hot Wheels? Is it the chemical? There's all these variables that play into this. Have the wheels been re-clear coated? You just don't know. So please, everybody, don't spray wheel cleaner on Hot Wheels, especially acid-based cleaners. Now we're going to go to point 2. I see it all the time, especially with GM interiors on door panels. Again, a certain chemical. It's an all-purpose cleaner. I personally don't use all-purpose cleaners on interiors. I've seen so many GM door panels ruined because the chemical was too hot. It was too strong. And, you know, you as the detailer, you know, a door panel's $500-600 or more, depending on the vehicle, you know. And because GM makes Cadillac, if that's a Cadillac door panel, I bet that sucker's almost $1,000. So please, everybody, know your dilution ratios and make sure you're using the appropriate process and the appropriate chemical for the results you're trying to get to. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, all APCs or a cleaner that is, you know, able to be diluted for an interior, you know, such as All Clean. I know you can dilute it for interiors, if I remember off the top of my head, 15-to-1. If not, please let me know in the comments below. I've used it. It works great. But in my shop, I still have a dedicated interior cleaner unless I need something stronger. If what I normally use won't do the trick, then I break out the stuff that's got more bite. You know, we've always been taught in this business, whether it comes to polishing or cleaning anything, like leather seats or whatever it is, start with the least aggressive method possible. Okay? And that just brought me on to something else while I'm talking about this. Don't just go in and say, oh my God, this leather interior needs clean. I need to bust out the magic eraser. Because that's only in like the ultimate most extreme conditions. If like a Scrub Ninja or something that is made to clean a leather seat with the appropriate chemicals, regardless of what you're using. You know, if you're using a dedicated, you know, leather and upholstery cleaner, or you're using an interior cleaner, or maybe you need something a bit stronger. There's all these different things. And we just don't have one chemical for everything that we do. You know, we have 2 or 3 different chemicals for, hey, we use this 85% of the time. But if that won't cut it, then we go on to product B. You got to line yourself up to have the right chemicals. And last but not least is, I don't see this very often, but I do see this, so I figured I would touch on it in this video, and hopefully I can find a picture of this. The other things, especially the wheels and the door panels, I can go to any Facebook group anywhere and I can pull pictures like that. I know I can. This one, I've seen a couple times, and hopefully I can find a picture. Please, if you've never installed a ceramic coating before, make sure you know how to do it. And I'm not saying that you wouldn't know how to put it on, but I don't know if anybody else out there has seen this. They've forgotten to wipe the transfer solution off. They've just put the coating on and let it be. So now you have a hardened mess on the outside of the vehicle that another shop has to go fix. So maybe it comes down to know the process for what you're doing. Don't go into something blind like, oh, I can do this. It's easy. And you start cutting corners, you're not doing it properly, and then you have unhappy customers, you have bad ratings, and all that nonsense. So hopefully I touched on a few things that will make you aware, hey, I shouldn't do this. And before I forget, my surroundings here, I'm in Bay Village, Ohio at Audio Bay Studios. This is the rehearsal stage and stage used to shoot music videos. It's owned by my buddy Billy Morris, who you may have known was in Warrant and Quiet Riot back in the early 2000s, and he's currently in the glam metal band Tough. If you're familiar with that late 80s, early 90s glam era. I appreciate everybody watching this video. Hopefully I can get a little more hands-on videos in the upcoming weeks for other stuff that we're going to be doing, because I was kind of tied at what I could do, and this was like the perfect location to do this. Once again, my name is John. We are Knight in Shining Armor Paint Correction, Ceramic Coatings, and Detailing, now located in North Texas. You can reach out to me anytime at 945-249-5429. You could call or text that number, or please email me at info@KnightAutoPCD.com. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll see y'all next week in the next video of this DIY Tuber series. See y'all later.